So TikTok only gives me 3 minutes, so it might take 2 parts. I went to the hospital April 8th, and my OB sent me because when I was in his office, I was having contractions, and he sent me there. Well, they told me that I was a small girl. Braxton Hicks are going to hurt, and I was fine, sent me home. Well, the next day, I felt like my water broke. I wasn't too sure. I was in a lot of pain. So I went back, and they said, you've had 3 prior C-sections, so we are concerned about the contractions, and admitted me. And they gave me a shot of steroid in my leg. They tried to stop the contractions, but they wouldn't. So around 7 a.m., they came in and did an ultrasound. And they did it on my previous C-section incision, and it was ripping open from the inside. So they had to rush me back to the OR. I'm 31 weeks pregnant. There was blood all in my abdomen, and my water was definitely broke. They think it was broke for a couple days. So that's how the infection got in. And then 3 weeks postpartum, I'm bleeding very bad. Very bad. And they did an ultrasound on my incision, and they seen something on the tissue, but said that it was blood peeling off and it was normal. I knew it wasn't normal. Now, the reason I have trouble healing is because I've had 3 prior C-sections. So that was my fault. But they sent me home, said I was fine. A month postpartum, I went to my OB, and I was like, something's wrong. Like, I don't feel good. I know something's wrong. I'm bleeding too much. Well, they gave me iron pills after birth, and my hemoglobin levels went up to about 9. And then I bled so much a month from giving birth that my hemoglobin levels dropped to 7.5. So I had to go to the hospital and get 2 units of blood. He did another ultrasound. He's like, maybe they left something inside. Well, he said, no, that's definitely an abscess, blood. There's something on your incision. Gave me antibiotics. 2 days later, my incision busted open in 2 places with the infection. They did a surgery. They drained the infection. They packed it. So for a month, I had to pack the wound. It finally closed up. Well, then a month later, it was open. So I went to my OB, and he said, yeah, it definitely opened. Not really too sure why. We're going to wait and see if it ends up closing. Well, every time it would start to close, it would just open back up. So he said, we're going to do a surgery. We're going to move out the tissue that's not healing and stitch back together. So that's what we did. And then 2 days later, chills, night sweats, everything was back. So I went to the hospital, and they were like, yeah, something's definitely going on. It's definitely infected. Admitted me. 2 days later in the hospital, I stood up, and blood started pouring from my stomach. I'm running out of time. I'll have to do a part 2.